Hi, Joe. You've just announced an industrial test work partnership with Atlantic Copper, Freeport McMoran company. That's major news.
Yeah, Gareth, we're really happy to finally get this one into the market. It's a partnership we've been working on for a fairly long time, as you can imagine. And as you've already covered, the deal we've done for this test work is with Atlantic Copper, the company Atlantic Copper, which is a 100% owned subsidiary of the sixth largest mining company in the world by market cap, Freeport McMoran, listed in the New York Stock Exchange. So for us to be able to partner with such a substantial group, being Freeport on a global scale, and such a major industrial player, which is Atlantic Copper, within Spain and specifically within the autonomous region of Andalusia, is extremely pleasing for us to be able to announce that.
Now, Freeport McMoran is not a name to be sneezed at. It's a $56 billion market cap company. Partnering with them is a great vote of confidence for the Oropesa project.
Yeah, no, correct. And I guess most people listening to this will know of, or at least heard of Freeport. Atlantic Copper, on the other hand, probably not, but they are a 100% owned subsidiary of Freeport. They own a copper smelter and operate a very large copper smelter, the second or third largest in Europe, out of the south of Spain, at the Port of Huelva, which is only about 250 kilometres away from where our project is. They're one of the major industrial players in the whole region, very well connected. And in addition to that, they are building a very interesting facility right now, which is an electronic waste processing facility. So they've got a real responsibility mandate at the moment to really process base metals and critical minerals out of electronic waste. And it's between their current copper smelting operations and their electronic waste treatment process that our tin may flow into their suite of products.
Joe, the vertical integration case that Elementos is making is very compelling. To my mind, it's something that really stands Elementos apart, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's probably a good point, Gareth. This agreement with Atlantic Copper is a test work agreement, but let's be honest, it's when you're working with large companies like Freeport, this is the first step in hopefully a series of steps to get us through to some form of offtake agreement. That's why we're progressing it, but in no way overrides the purchase or the option agreement we have of the Robudiano tin smelter 220 kilometres to the north of us. So in fact, the test work we're currently doing may actually unlock the ability to not produce one single concentrate, but potentially two separate concentrates. And the Atlantic Copper facility has certainly a little bit more breadth to treat a wider range of concentrates than the tin smelter that we're doing a deal with towards the north. So, in an ideal world, we might be sending concentrate to both facilities, and certainly we're going to pursue the options in that way. But you're right, currently Europe has no vertically integrated tin smelting mine-to-metal solutions. And not only has the Oropesa project got one option to move forward with, it looks like we're moving towards two.
The Elementos story is shaping up very nicely. Europe has no tin mines. Your DFS is about to drop, and a global major has now partnered with you. The momentum seems to be building.
Careful with what you say about these things, Gareth, but certainly I think evidenced by this partnership agreement we've just announced, there are large companies aware of us, and there's large companies willing to do partnerships with us. Obviously, we believe doing a partnership with Freeport will probably magnify that public persona again, and certainly for good reason. There are no other European mines at the development stage we are, and certainly none with the vertically integrated solutions we're developing. And I guess we're all aware of this trade war that's going on, and we're all aware of these complications in the tin supply chain. We think we're in an absolutely amazing position in the industry to give Europe and potentially also North America a supply of tin that doesn't go through Asia and doesn't have some of the geopolitical risks that the other suppliers do.
The major advantage that Elementos has, in my mind, above its economic merit, is its sustainability credentials. On that front, it's out in front, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Europe is a imports majority of their tin. I think about 30% of it comes from recycled sources, but that, obviously infers that 70% of it's being imported. Historically, a lot of that's come to Indonesia. Indonesia's had a huge amount of issues. Democratic Republic of Congo's currently got its conflicts as well. So, the world is moving to security supply. Doing business in Europe is, probably slightly more expensive than in Africa and Asia, and takes a little bit longer, but the business case is also there. Tin trades for a premium in Europe, and that is because it is hard to get, it's hard to source. It's currently trades for $1,000 above the London Metal Exchange tin price. So, I think we've already covered the strategic benefits of this, the political benefits, but there's also a real economic incentive for us to produce tin within Europe, and certainly, we look forward to putting out the DFS that will put a big red underline in what those economics look like.
So summing up, Joe, Oropesa is ticking a lot of boxes. It's a globally significant open cut tin resource. You have smelting opportunities north and south, and production is coming into view amid a growing tin market that wants greener tin. It all sums up to a compelling investment case.
Absolutely. I think being an Australian company in Spain, one of the question marks that shareholders may have had with us over the time has been, do we have Spanish partners? Well, I think this goes a long way to ticking that, and certainly, hopefully, the first of many.